Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Cultured Drummer with me, Gary. If this is your first time popping onto the channel and you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and then consider hitting the subscribe button, and that will help us grow the channel. So we're in the dining room again tonight, one of these occasions when we have a little look at some of the samples and miniatures I've got lying around. And tonight I've decided to go for a little drum of Teaninich. What I'll do is I'll get this one in the glass, then I'll have a little chat about Teaninich distillery and this drum. We'll get it all in there and then we'll let that one have a little sit. Now you noticed I had a wee stutter there trying to say Teaninich. It's one of those distilleries that quite a few people have a little bit of a trouble with, a bit of a tongue twister on it. Teaninich. Okay, Teaninich is a distillery over on, it's in Rossshire, it's kind of north of Inverness, so it's a Highland distillery. It's owned by Diageo, and from memory it's their third largest producing distillery, somewhere in the region of 10.5 million litres per year, somewhere in that region. As a distillery, Diageo often use it as a bit of an experimental distillation location. They'll try different things, different grains, etc. up there, but it still does produce single malt. The single malt tends often to go mostly to independent bottlers, but there has been the occasion where it's been released, I think as a 10-year-old as their own bottling, but it's not too common. And the drum that I've got with me tonight, this Teaninich, is no exception to the independent bottling sort of rule coming out of there. And this one has been released by Adelphi. Adelphi is quite a popular independent bottler. I've spoke about them in the past. They've got their own distillery over on the west coast, Ardnamurchan. I've reviewed a couple of their single malt releases. I think it's maybe the first time I've looked at any of their independent bottlings. I've got a few of them here, so they'll maybe pop up later on. So as I said, it's a Teaninich, and this one is a 12-year-old release. Quite a limited run. There's only 615 bottles, I think, of this one. And what we'll do is we'll get a wee play at the nose and see how it comes over. Quite fruity, quite I suppose cherry-like, something in that region. It's quite sweet, definitely coming out as a sweetness in there. I'd like to say there's an oak. I'm not really sure what. It's kind of like oak that's been, you know, sort of fresh cut. If you've ever got hold of a cask or something, an oak cask, and you've cut it up, there's kind of just an essence of fresh cut oak. I actually managed to get that out eventually. Maybe even a hint of wet weather, you know, not wet grass, or maybe that, you know, just that when it's been raining and there's a slight mist still in the air. Seems funny saying that whiskey's wet, and yeah, what is? It's a nice nose, that's nice. I'll just check. I was going to say that there's no real hint of an overpowering ABV on this, but if I remember, it's got quite a decent one, 55.9, so it's got quite a decent ABV on it, but it's definitely not that on the nose. Let's have a little taste. It's a good thick sort of creamy mouthfeel to that. The ABV's there, maybe more towards the end, more towards the finish. There's no burn as it comes in, you know, from a strong ABV. Again, there's still a sweetness there, not as much as on the nose, but there's still sweetness. Again, there's an essence of oak coming through, maybe slightly bitter. Sort of there's a contrast there that, you know, I said it's slightly less sweet than it was in the nose, and it's like maybe a bit more bitter. So it's yeah, a bit of a contrast there between the nose and the palate. It's not an overly long finish on it. More medium, coming down more to the short. Slight aftertaste, not a bitter or bad or uncomfortable aftertaste, just something there. There's almost a balance between the nose and the palate, but it's like a conflicting balance. That drop in sweetness from the nose to the palate, it actually quite balances out quite well, actually. Yeah, I want, you want to say there's a, what's the word I'm looking for there? A difference or a discrepancy between the nose and the palate, but actually it doesn't. It really quite, the balance and equal out each other quite well, actually. I like that. I mean, it's a fantastic colour about it, and there's no added colour. It's non-chill filtered. It's got a decent ABV on it, and it's a 12-year-old whiskey. That's, you know, there's your four sort of good things in there, and I really quite enjoy that. I mean, with a higher ABV, some people might be inclined to add a little bit of water to that, but I don't think it needs it. I'm not sure if it would do anything for it. I really quite enjoy that. Price-wise and getting hold of this, I think this bottle was somewhere in the £90 to £100 region. I've seen this, due to its, you know, limited bottling, I've seen this sort of 150 plus pounds on the secondary markets and the auction markets, etc. So it's not always going to be an easy one to get hold of, but I think if you can get a hold of that Adelphi 2007, I think the bottle is stated as being Adelphi 2007 12-year-old Teaninich, I'd maybe give that one a wee try, folks. Bloody good. Slanger.